Imagine stepping directly into history, not just reading about it, but experiencing it as if you were actually there. Today, we're doing exactly that. We're traveling back to Washington, D.C. in the 1800s, using advanced AI to transform historic maps, period paintings, architectural engravings, and personal diaries into an immersive street-level journey. This isn't just narration over old images. This is those paintings and eyewitness accounts brought to life. Picture this: dirt roads that turn to impassable mud after every rain, markets buzzing with vendors and the smell of fresh fish from the Potomac, a half-built Capitol where you could watch the building rise stone by stone, and a president you could actually meet on the street. No Secret Service, no barriers, just a casual encounter while walking through the city. Imagine being able to approach your president today without security or ceremony and ask a direct question. That was everyday reality in early Washington. If you stay until the end, we'll return to these same locations as they appear today, revealing what time has preserved and what has vanished. Let's begin. Before sunrise, Washington is quiet in a way modern cities never are. Pale light creeps over the Potomac River, reflecting off still water and drifting mists. The city's low wooden buildings sit scattered across open ground, separated by fields, tree stumps, and half-cleared land. Roosters crow from backyards. Fires crackle to life as households begin preparing the day's first meals. The smell of wood smoke mixes with damp earth and river air. Think about your morning routine: alarm clock, coffee maker, checking your phone. Now imagine starting your day when the rooster crows, with your first task being to light a fire just to cook breakfast. No electricity, no running water, no central heating. Washington in the early 1800s is not yet a single, unified city. It is a collection of neighborhoods: Georgetown, Capitol Hill, scattered settlements along the river, loosely connected by dirt roads and ambition. Walking these streets at dawn, you would pass laborers heading toward construction sites, enslaved people beginning the day's work for households and government offices, and clerks making their way to early duties. There is no rush of traffic, no crowds yet, only the steady movement of people preparing to build, govern, and survive. This is a capital still becoming. As daylight spreads, the city reveals its unfinished nature. Streets are unpaved and uneven. After rain, they become nearly impassable rivers of mud. In dry weather, dust rises with every footstep and wagon wheel, coating everything it touches. Think about the worst road you've ever traveled on. Now imagine that's every single street in your city. Pennsylvania Avenue, destined to become one of the most famous streets in the world, is at this time little more than a wide, rutted road cutting through open land. Travelers complain that it is barely navigable, yet it serves as the symbolic spine of the capital. Walking here, you would see animals wandering freely: pigs, chickens, horses, sharing space with people. Fences are irregular, sidewalks are rare. The city feels more like a frontier settlement than a national capital. Picture walking to an important meeting in your best clothes and having to dodge livestock in the street. That's just a normal Tuesday in early Washington. And yet, this roughness is intentional. Washington is designed for a future that does not yet exist. Its wide avenues and open spaces are ambitious blueprints, waiting for the nation to grow into them. By mid-morning, activity concentrates near the markets and river docks. The Potomac is Washington's lifeline. Boats arrive constantly, bringing goods from farms and ports: grain, fish, meat, timber, and tools. Markets buzz with life. Farmers sell produce from wooden carts. Fishmongers display their catch, fresh from the river. Bakers offer coarse bread, still warm from brick ovens. The air is loud and alive. Vendors shout prices. Children weave through crowds on errands. Wagons creak under heavy loads. Bargaining is constant, personal, and often heated. Here's the difference from today. There are no grocery stores, no supermarkets, no online ordering. If you want to eat, you come to the market and negotiate face-to-face with the person who grew your vegetables or caught your fish. You can see it, smell it, inspect it yourself. Every meal starts here. Think about how disconnected we are from our food sources today. These people knew exactly where every meal came from. The farmer who grew it, the fisherman who caught it, the baker who made it. There's something both exhausting and honest about that level of connection. This is where Washington feels most human. Politics may dominate the city's purpose, but markets reveal its daily reality. People eating, trading, and working to make ends meet in a place that offers opportunity but little comfort. Moving eastward, we approach the Capitol building as it appeared in the early 1800s. A massive structure still incomplete, rising from open ground rather than landscaped lawns. Scaffolding surrounds the building. Stonecutters shape columns by hand. Laborers haul heavy blocks across dirt paths. The sounds of hammering and chiseling echo through the air. Inside, lawmakers debate the future of the nation in chambers that are themselves unfinished. The building's physical incompletion mirrors the political uncertainty of the era. Imagine working in a building that's still under construction. Dust everywhere, hammering, drowning out conversations, unfinished walls around you. That's where the nation's most important decisions are being made. Standing nearby, you might overhear fierce arguments about tariffs, westward expansion, the balance of power between states and federal authority, and always slavery. In early Washington, politics is not distant. It spills into the streets, into boarding houses, into taverns. Lawmakers live among shopkeepers, clerks, and laborers. The machinery of government operates in full view of daily life. You know how today politicians often seem disconnected from everyday people? That was impossible here. Your congressman might literally be your neighbor. You'd see senators arguing in the same tavern where you eat lunch. Power is accessible, visible, and surprisingly unfiltered. By midday, taverns become the city's beating heart. These establishments serve food and drink, but more importantly, they serve as information exchanges. Journalists exchange rumors. Clerks discuss policy developments. Politicians test arguments before delivering them in official settings. Taverns are loud, smoky, and crowded, places where reputation is built face-to-face. Think about it. No Twitter, no cable news, no press releases. If you want to know what's happening in government, you go to the tavern and talk to people. If you're a politician testing an idea, you float it over dinner and see how people react. In some ways, it's more direct and democratic. In other ways, it's messier and more chaotic. But it's definitely more human. Meals are simple: stews, bread, ale, sometimes roasted meat. But conversation is intense. In a city without rigid social hierarchy, persuasion matters enormously. Who you know, what you say, and how you argue can shape careers and history. Boarding houses nearby house much of the city's transient population. Few officials own homes in Washington. Many share cramped quarters, sometimes several to a room, reinforcing the closeness and tension of early Washington life. Imagine sharing living quarters with the same people you're debating policy with all day. No separation between work and home, no privacy. You pass your political opponents in the hallway every morning. You share breakfast with people you publicly disagreed with yesterday. That intimacy shapes everything. Agreements made over breakfast, alliances formed in shared parlors. Politics becomes intensely personal because everything is personal. Throughout the city, enslaved people perform much of the labor that keeps Washington functioning. They cook meals, clean government offices, construct buildings, haul goods, and maintain both public and private spaces. Their work is constant, skilled, and absolutely vital. Yet their presence exists in a kind of political silence. In a capital founded on principles of liberty and self-governance, bondage operates openly, visibly, and without apology. Walking these streets, you would see enslaved workers moving quietly through the very spaces where freedom is debated loudly. They labor in the president's house. They build the Capitol. They serve meals to lawmakers discussing the rights of citizens. Think about the profound disconnect here. The people constructing the buildings where liberty is debated have no liberty themselves. The people serving meals during discussions about rights have no rights. That contradiction is visible everywhere, every day. This contradiction defines early Washington and shapes its moral and political struggles. The tension will not resolve peacefully. It will take decades and a devastating war. As afternoon light softens, we approach the president's house, what we now call the White House. At this time, it stands modestly amid open fields, far less imposing than today. Its grounds are largely unlandscaped. Cows graze nearby, cows grazing near the president's house. Let that sink in for a moment. Security is minimal, almost non-existent by modern standards. Presidents walk freely through the city streets. Citizens can encounter the nation's leader without ceremony, sometimes petitioning him directly on the road. The building itself is elegant but accessible. On certain days, anyone can walk through its front door to meet the president, a practice that seems almost unimaginable today. Think about this. Imagine being able to walk up to your president today without appointments, without security screenings, without barriers. You could literally bump into him on the street and strike up a conversation. How different would that feel from the heavily guarded, highly controlled access we have now? The Capitol has not yet become a stage for carefully choreographed power. It is still a workshop, a place where authority feels personal, visible, and shockingly accessible. Democracy here isn't something you watch from a distance. It's something you can touch, question, and participate in directly. As dusk approaches, lanterns flicker to life in windows and along storefronts. Without modern lighting, darkness arrives quickly and completely. Streets empty, movement slows. The city that seemed so alive hours earlier begins to fold inward. Think about true darkness, not just turning off the lights in your room, but complete darkness where you can't see your hand in front of your face without a candle or lantern. That's what night means here. Families gather indoors around fires, taverns quiet to murmurs. The sounds of the city fade into scattered footsteps, distant voices, and the occasional wagon returning late from the docks. No television, no internet, no scrolling through your phone before bed. Just firelight, conversation, and the exhaustion from a physically demanding day. Looking across Washington at night, the city feels small, almost fragile. Its population is limited, only a few thousand souls. Its future is uncertain. Yet within these muddy streets and half-finished buildings, ideas are forming that will echo through centuries. Conversations happening right now in these dimly lit rooms will reshape the world. This was daily life in 1800s Washington, D.C. Not a finished capital, but a fragile experiment in progress. A place where ordinary people lived amid extraordinary ambition, where government operated in full view of the public, without barriers or mystique, where a nation was being built one argument, one building, and one decision at a time. Before the marble monuments that would inspire generations, before the reflecting pools and ceremonial avenues that would symbolize power, before Washington became an icon recognized around the world, there was this, muddy, scattered, uncertain, and profoundly human. This was Washington at the beginning, raw, unfinished, and still becoming. Subscribe to the channel to explore ancient cities, vanished empires, and historic moments, all reconstructed through AI and historical research.